haha score more. We are learning MSCS. Topic of the day: Ancient Egypt and the River Nile. Narmer Palette. In the Egyptian Museum in Cairo, there is a stone called the Narmer Palette. On it is carved a picture of a king defeating an enemy of Egypt. Archaeologists discovered it in Egypt 100 years ago. Studies of it showed it was over 5,000 years old. The person on it was Narmer, the first Egyptian king to rule all of the Egypt. Dynasty. Over 5,000 years ago, the first dynasty of Egypt began when Egypt was united as one country under the ruler Narmer. A dynasty is a period when people from one family rule. Over the next 3,000 years, there were over 30 dynasties in ancient Egypt. The last dynasty ended in 30 BC when Egypt came under the control of the Roman Empire. What did all these dynasties have in common? The river Nile was important to all of them. Herodotus, the famous Greek historian, said,
Egypt is the gift of Nile.
What he meant was that Egyptian civilization grew up around the Nile River. Memphis and Thebes. Memphis and Thebes were the main cities of Egypt. They were both on the river Nile. The river provided ancient Egyptians with their main source of food, fish. It provided an easy way to travel between cities and to bring supplies. Flood! Nearly every year, the river flooded. In the summer, rains fell in the high areas of Ethiopia to the south. The water ended up in the river Nile and flowed through Egypt to the sea. In ancient Egypt, this yearly flooding was called inundation. Floods were important. When we think of floods, we usually think of problems. For the ancient Egyptians, floods were important. As the river level rose, it went over the river banks. The river watered the ground as the water level went down. Silt, material carried in the river water, was left on the floodplain around the river. Silt made the ground fertile so that farmers could grow their crops. The river was a threat. The river was also a threat. In some years, the flood didn't come, so there was not enough water for plants to grow. The shortage of water could cause a drought. In a drought, people and animals die from thirst and hunger. Problems caused by the river Nile. Sometimes the floods were too high. High water sometimes destroyed houses and farms. The river sometimes brought death. Parasites such as worms got into the drinking water or entered the body through the feet of people walking in the river. The floods attracted mosquitoes. Parasites that caused diseases such as malaria were transmitted by mosquitoes. The river Nile was a source of life and death for the ancient Egyptians. Let's check our understanding by Q&A session. How often did the river Nile flood? Nearly every year. Mention the two important natural resources provided by the river Nile that made the area around it fertile. Water and salt. The famous Egyptian museum is located at Cairo. Overflooding of river Nile attracted parasites like mosquitoes which caused malaria. Why is Narmer Palette important in tracing the history of the Egyptian civilization? It contains the picture of the first ruler of unified Egypt. Thank you for watching. Like, share and comment on the video. Please don't forget to subscribe.